right, we are back. We're back with Rational Reactions with Alex, and it went up today. It was cracking today when it comes to Zelensky and Trump, JD Vance. Yo, this is an interesting one. Hopefully things shake out for the better, but this one's gonna be interesting. I'm not talking anymore. Let's dive into the video. Let's see what's up.
And now I'm talking with my friends in Poland, and they are worried that you align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal.
That's
you
a fact.
To say,
Facto. You got to put yourself on both sides of the ballpark. And what was the previous administration doing? No, you guys tell me. What were they doing besides sending money and guns?
Really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" That doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way, so that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
I will respond to this. So look, for 4 years, the United States of America.
Here's an interesting piece. When is the last time you've seen in administrations past, maybe in the last couple administrations, where you've seen the president, live on TV, obviously, you see the vice president, and you see a dignitary, right? You see another president of another country having an open discussion on live TV. Open discussion. This isn't scripted. This isn't, let me just read some talking points. This is a real discussion happening live. But this is interesting.
We had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversations, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed with him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of
So what he's talking about is diplomacy now. Yo, they are backed in a corner. Ukraine's backed in a corner, and I understand. The thing about it is Ukraine has two bad deals on the table. You take the steel from America. You got to give up some. Kind of got to give up your cheeks a little bit, but it's okay. You take the steel from America, but at least you got something out of the deal. You got money, you got guns, you got all those things out of the deal already for these few years. Or Putin is going to blast through your whole country and you're Russia. I mean, that's two sides of the deal. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's interesting. Let's see what JD has to say about this.
Diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
Interesting question. This is what we got to see, but. This is what we have to see. This is what we have to see. The people got to see this play out, right? All these talks behind the scenes, all this, that, and the third. Oh, we made a deal. Oh, we're working on it. Oh, we're trying to figure it out. No, this is how deals get done, right? And the U.S. has leverage. To be honest with you, the U.S. has leverage, so you can talk tough like this when you have leverage. Right. And I can almost see what's going to happen here is, Zelensky's probably going to talk tough back. Let's see how this goes.
Questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will.
Are you starting a business? Need a logo? Design.com offers the world's #1 AI logo.
Feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the card.
Here's, what the heck is going on? You better take the deal. Trump is like, he's on point. He's like, you have no position. You're in no position to say how we're going to feel if we don't make a deal with you. What are we talking? What? That's wild. That's wild.
Right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's back to you, far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone.
In this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use army our military,
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment, if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times.
Yo, this is so interesting. This is very, very, very interesting, you guys. When it comes to making a deal, and it really didn't get turned up. You know, JD kind of turned it up a little bit. When he was like, "Yo, like you know, I said you haven't even said thank you, bro." Like, you know, which is an interesting place to take it. I'll be honest on that one. It's like, I mean, I hear you. You know, it's almost like they're playing kind of good cop, bad cop, and then kind of turn into bad cop, bad cop. It's like 3 bad cops going on over here. But this is a very, very interesting conversation to see held out in public. This does not happen, but I am here for it.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. You're people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you what,
that wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks.
I gave you bullets. He was like, hey, you was fighting with pillows compared to what we gave you. That's what Trump is saying. You was fighting with pillows. When he's talking about javelins, he's talking about the firepower that Trump allotted to
Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards, but without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question, Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make, because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks?
Number 1, choose Kirk as your captain. Number 2, settle
Peace talks. What do we do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden, because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing.
Woo! Okay. 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 All right, you guys. This is very interesting. This is a very, very, very interesting conversation. I want to see what you guys have to think about this. Because my thoughts are, look, you can act like you have leverage as much as you want to in a deal. It doesn't really matter what field of business it is. This is the business of there's lives in the balance of this business conversation when it comes between the countries. There's lives in the balance. But if you have no leverage, right, and you're looking for support, continued support of a country, right, that is currently helping you, fund you with machines, with guns, with bullets, with javelins, right? With javelins, as Trump was talking about, you got to come correct. You got to come correct. And I can understand how he wants to, show strength for his country and things like that, and doesn't want to show weakness. And I can understand that. But look, even if maybe they had a little conversation behind the scenes about this to where, they're like, look, this is what we got to do. and then maybe strike a deal after this. But this is very, very interesting. Because if the taxpayers in the United States, me, you, if you're in the United States paying taxes, we're funding this. Okay, we're funding this. All right, so we gotta, Trump is playing around, you guys. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and throw in donate a cup of coffee go ahead and donate a cup of coffee as well if you're so inclined. We appreciate that. We're bootstrapping the channel with that as well. But hey, let's get rational, you guys. Everybody have a great day, man. Peace.